Good morning, everybody. Before I tell you some more things about myself, I'd like to ask you a question. What is the colour of your heart? Black. Okay. Well, I believe that everyone has a green heart, somewhere. And it's been my passion for many years to inspire people to show it, like me. I wear all these things, buttons and badges and necklaces and everything. And then you can talk to me and you can find out that I'm from Greenheart. Actually, I am the founder and the director of Casi and main director of Greenheart Ibiza. And my official job is the local administrator for the Madrid-based Foundation for the Future here on the island. And before I go on with my story, I'm going to ask you to imagine a small boy, aged 2.5 or 3, and he's in the street with his mother. And the first sentence that he actually said that made any sense was to ask somebody to pick up some garbage that just thrown down on the floor. They didn't want to do it, of course, but as I must have insisted quite loudly, I finally got my way. Now, in the world today, we actually throw 8 million tons of plastic waste into the oceans every year. Obviously, we're making a mess. Well, speaking of oceans, that little boy who had something to say about people throwing garbage in the street when he was younger, he went on to be a radio officer in the Merchant Navy and travelled many times around the world in 12 years, visiting hundreds of countries and hundreds of ports and looking, observing what was going on. And I got very upset. From what I could see, we were cutting down all the forests, we were polluting all the rivers, we were polluting our seas and our skies, and basically just going around trashing the planet. So, later on, I came to Ibiza in 1985, as Roberto said. And like everybody else, fell in love with the island. I remember sitting on the end of the pier here in San Antonio, looking across the Bay of San Antonio, watching 14 cranes building, gobbling up the nature, metre by metre, block by block. And again, I felt very upset. And that's when I knew that I'd come here for something and began to have an ear about what that something was. Another story I'd like to share with you today is that the island of Ibiza is sinking under tons and tons of garbage. We actually produce 140,000 tons of garbage on this island every year. We use up natural resources that we don't have, so we have to make some more. And we invite far too many people in the summer, in a very short space of time, to enjoy holidays in the sun. It's like inviting too many people to your birthday party. You run out of drinks, you run out of food, you run out of chairs, you run out of place in the car park. Nobody's really having a good time in the end. It's not the kind of party that we'd like to go to. I've noticed that in many places in the world, and including the island of Ibiza, the structural social systems don't really work as far as sustainable activity goes. And unless we make some serious attempt to change the operating system, we're going to be in a big mess, and very soon. And now I'm going to invite you to think about the carob tree. We're just going off the subject now, but you'll see where it comes back later on. The carob tree in Ibiza, we all know the carob tree, they're all over the place. This is this beautiful tree, very strong, and it produces a beautiful fruit called the carob bean, and from which a friend of mine and myself in the year 2006, made a delicious and very nutritious carob syrup. In fact, we serve this to our guests every Sunday at Casita Verde. And I've heard people saying it's the best sweet they've ever eaten. Unfortunately, here in Ibiza, the carob isn't really appreciated by the local people. And farmers usually get only around 20 cents when they take the carob to the cooperative to sell it. Well, I've seen it in Austria at €3.50 a kilo. So obviously the Austrians know what it is and know its value. So it's no real surprise that we've used this carob tree as the symbol of our new social initiative to change things, a social leadership initiative. This is designed actually to inspire people to think consciously, ecologically and clearly, and design a showcase for responsible and sustainable tourism. I could tell you all about the carob tree actually. Here's a picture of our carob tree. This is an idea I think is worth spreading. Just let me tell you a bit more about the carob tree. The carob tree, apart from being all over the island, it's joining cosmic energy with earth energy. It's always green, just like me. It's always working, just like me. And it produces a delicious fruit that can sustain life. It has so many vitamins and minerals in it, it can actually sustain life. Like the story of St. John in the desert, running around eating carob and drinking water. So basically, this is a very good and stable idea to build our social initiative on. And we're inviting game changers, NGOs, members of the local political force, to join us in making some active branches on this tree and try over the next few years to encourage the local people of Ibiza to take an active part in the evolution of the place that they live in, building a world where we all want to live, basically. And now I'm going to talk about a metaphorically similar situation that I'm trying to create here. I want you to imagine a load of geese sitting on a lake where the food supply is running low. The climate's changing a little bit. They're all getting a bit nervous and fidgety. They know they have to go somewhere. All of a sudden, one duck will fly up in the air, or one of the geese, or the ducks, to do the same thing. They'll fly up in the air, and the other ones will follow. They'll make a V formation, fly around the lake a few times, where they can all decide on the right direction, and off they go to the next feeding or breeding ground. This is nature organically deciding where to go and when. And actually, we can learn a lot about nature. We can learn that if we look after it, it will serve us better. And when we study nature in great detail, this is normally called biomimicry, when we copy things from nature. But imagine if we go on destroying nature as fast as we are doing at the moment, as the woman on the last video was talking about. We're going to have nothing less to copy. Let's just think about that for a minute. Now in Casita Verde, where we're living in nature all the time, and where I've been working with 1,000 volunteers for the last 20 years or so, while we've been building up the installations there and doing our eco stuff all over the island, like cleaning beaches and talking in schools and everything. And I've seen that people that are working with me, they work better on a level playing field, not in a pyramidal system. So I'd like to believe that the Ibiza Phoenix project when it's successful in Ibiza, can be exported to other places on the planet, tourist destinations in particular, that have suffered from an overuse of natural resources and an overcrowding of the territory like we have in Ibiza. It really is time to change. We have to get it right this time. What we need now is a metamorphosis where people are moving together, using their collective energy to make the world a better place. Now, I am not blaming anybody for what happened before. I also participated in the destruction and the construction. I installed 2,500 satellite systems on Ibiza in 10 years. So I know all about that story. I'm here today to offer some solutions. It's time to act. This is a call for action. I see synergy all around us. And my question to you is, are you ready to tune into it? Thank you. I'd also like to say thank you to the wonderful friends who've helped me make this presentation possible, and I'd like to see you all at Casi one day soon. Thank you.